In this video, we will be deriving these formulas for proportions of a composite right triangle. A composite right triangle is a right triangle that has an altitude coming from the right angle, forming two more right angles. And that in turn creates a small triangle here in green, a medium triangle here in red, and then a yellow triangle here on the outside. Now, all of these triangles are going to be similar, which we're going to prove here. So we have a right triangle here in yellow all the way around, and angle 1 is going to be complementary to angle 4. Then we have this green right triangle, and angle 1 is complementary to angle 2. Therefore, angle 2 is congruent to angle 4 because they are complementary to the same angle 1. And then in turn, angle 3 is complementary to angle 2 because they form a right angle, and angle 2 is complementary to angle 1 because they are in a right triangle. So then angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So then the small green triangle, the medium red triangle, and the large yellow triangle are all similar by AA similarity. With that out of the way, we are going to derive these formulas here for the proportions among the sides. When you're doing problems, you'll usually just use these formulas, but it's really good to know them and how to derive them if you need to get them back. So we'll start with the first formula, c squared equals d times e. So then down here, the mid side of the small triangle, or the small side of the small triangle, which is c over d, equals the mid side of the medium triangle over the small side of the medium triangle, and that is e over c. And then rearranging, c comes up here, d comes up here. We have c squared equals d times e. Now on to the second equation, a squared equals d times d plus e. We have the hypotenuse of the small triangle over the small side of the small triangle, which is a over d, equals the hypotenuse of the big triangle, which is d plus e over here, over the small side of the big triangle, which is a. And that is d plus e over a. And then again, rearranging, bringing the a up and the d up, we have a squared equals d times d plus e. And now we go to the third formula, b squared equals e times d plus e. So we have the hypotenuse of the medium triangle over the mid side of the medium triangle, which is then b over e, equals the hypotenuse of the big triangle, which again is d plus e, over the mid side of the big triangle, which is b. So we have d plus e over b. And once again, rearranging, bringing the b up and the e up, we have b squared equals e times d plus e. And that is how you derive all of these formulas. And now here's a link to a video with a problem where you will be using the formulas to solve for the sides of composite right triangles. As before, knowing how to derive them will make it much easier to remember them and use them.